People often ask me, Danny, why does House Fresh not recommend mini air purifiers? And I always say, what are you talking about? I recommend this, the Smart Air Blast Mini. Come on, okay, right. Well, most people I do recommend strongly to get larger devices. And whilst you might not have the space for the Smart Air Blast Mini, if possible, try and get as big as you can. But I know from feedback from the community here that some people just don't have the space and they want to know which are the best small air purifiers. And today's video, we're going to show you. You want to get a second take? Or? No, do that. So to help those people, I've dug through our data to find the devices that weigh less than 11 pounds or 5 kilos and analyze which ones are worth your money and which ones you should avoid. All our data is from first-hand testing. I used 2 purple air sensors to track how quickly each air purifier can remove PM1, PM2.5 and PM10 from burning an incense stick in our 728 cubic feet test room. I also recorded the noise levels of every unit at each of its fan speeds using a sound monitor. Finally, I estimated yearly running costs for energy usage and filter replacements. We also live with the devices to see if any issues crop up over the long term that testing just wouldn't uncover. If you don't want to watch my full video, here are my top choice of the best small air purifiers. So best overall, we have the AirFanta 3 Pro, best budget, the WinX A230 or Compact Zero. The best portable is the Clean Air Kit's Triple Acceleron, and the best for app support is the Vital 100S. And the most stylish is the Smart Air Square or Smart Health S. Now let's jump into each recommendation. Now my top recommendation overall is the AirFanta 3 Pro. The big reason that it's our top overall is the sheer power you get from such a small unit. Its top KDAR at its full fan speed is 430 CFM, which was able to clean our test room in 17 minutes. This performance is comparable to that of much larger devices that cost significantly more. As a small unit, the AirFanta 3 Pro truly stands out from the other devices on our list. The best performing device that comes close is the Smart Air Square or Smart Health S, which took 31 minutes to clean our test room. The AirFanta 3 Pro also has the benefit of running at lower fan speeds that are much quieter with its voltage controller, something that is not available to most small air purifiers on the market. We found that running the AirFanta 3 Pro at 4.84 volts, it was still able to clean our test room in 31 minutes, but only made 38.1 decibels of sound, which was similar to the background noise of our house. Other than the excellent air cleaning performance and the ability to run quietly, these are 3 things that I really like about the AirFanta 3 Pro. Firstly, you can also get carbon and HEPA filters for an extra cost. It will reduce your particle removal performance, but it will also mean the device can remove odors and gases. It's now CARB certified, and at an extra additional price can be powered by a battery pack. So you can use this device in locations that you don't have a plug outlet. You can also take it apart and put it on as your carry-on luggage, so you can travel to a location and have a high KDAR air purifier when you arrive. It uses PC fans, so if any of them break, you just replace them with any 140mm fan. And there's even been people modding the AirFanta 3 Pro with additional fans to improve performance. There are some downsides to be aware of with the AirFanta 3 Pro. While it does use PC fans, the filters for the device are similar to what you find with standard HEPA retail, and you have to buy them from AirFanta, but I'm pleased to say that the prices are fair. HEPA only is $65 and the HEPA and carbon is $74.99. The overall design is also fairly utilitarian, looking like a mini Corsi Rosenhol box. There's no app support or auto mode, although you should be able to use this device with existing smart plugs. But for those wanting a small air purifier that can still clean a ton of air, you really can't go wrong with the AirFanta 3 Pro. And if you want to know more about this device, then be sure to check out our full video review. For those looking to spend as little as possible on a small air purifier, our top budget pick is the WinX A230, also known as Zero Compact in Europe. It's regularly found for less than $80. It was $78.11 when we put this video together. Whilst the cheapest device on our list, it was still able to clean our test room in 40 minutes. This has a dust KDAR of 154 CFM, so you do get a lot of bang for your buck in a small package. It measures 14.6 inches and it has a cylindrical design that has a small footprint. The Winx A230 is small enough to use on shelves or even on a bedside table. Here are 4 things I really like about the Winx A230. Firstly, it includes both carbon and plasma wave for extra help for dealing with odours and gases. Second, it includes an auto mode that will engage the fan when it detects changes in your room. The flared design means that the filter never falls out when you move the device, something that was an issue with the Levoit Core 300. And as this device is super popular, there are tons of generic filters that go as low as $15 per filter. But there are some downsides to be aware of with this device. Now, unlike most other Winx air purifiers, it doesn't engage the sleep mode when it detects no light. Now, normally a Winx air purifier will switch to sleep mode when it detects darkness, but this device doesn't come with this feature. Also, at top speed, it's a little louder than other small devices, hitting 57.9 decibels at 3 feet away. It was also more energy hungry, pulling 45.6 watts, which was nearly double what we saw with other smaller devices. I would still like to see most people go for a larger Winx device, but the A230 is still a solid performer for a small device, especially when you consider it costs less than $80 and can be very cheap to run when you use generic filters. Our next choice is quiet and portable, and whilst it doesn't come cheap, the triple Acceleron from Clean Air Kits is our recommendation. Like the Air Fanta 3 Pro, this device is powered by PC fans. In this case, 3 Cooler Master Mobius fans, which even on top speed we saw only hit 40.5 decibels from 3 feet away. Whilst the other devices on our list will need to be plugged in, the triple Acceleron is designed to be used with a USB-C battery straight out of the box. You can also use this device as a table centerpiece. In a study that's on the Clean Air Kit's website, it was shown to reduce virus deposits on occupants by 95%. With the 2 handles at the top of the device, it's easy to carry and could provide support for those when traveling. The triple Acceleron uses 3 cylindrical HEPA H10 filters, and its speed can be adjusted on a knob on the side. Whilst its 120 CFM KDAR won't make it suitable for large spaces, the fact that this device can easily be carried and be used on the go means it makes our list for the best small air purifiers, and it cleaned our 728 cubic feet test room in 46 minutes. Here are 4 things I really like about the triple Acceleron from Clean Air Kits. Firstly, you can get up to 10 hours of usage with one of the larger batteries. 2, it's very durable thanks to its wraparound speaker mesh cover and flexible filters. And each filter also includes carbon for odours and gases, and it only pulls 7 watts at full power. But there are some downsides to be aware of. The first one, it's not cheap at $349. If you don't need portability, you will get much better KDAR for your dollar spend with some of the larger luggable kits from Clean Air Kits. But for those who want something really quiet they can use when traveling and the benefit of a tabletop device, then the triple Acceleron is worth your consideration. So looking at the devices we've tested, the top choice for those wanting a small air purifier with app support is the Vital 100S. In our testing, it managed to achieve 0 PM1 in 38 minutes. Without wanting to sound like a broken record, most people should look to get a bigger device, but the Levoit Vital 100S has a height of 16.8 inches and weighs 7.2 pounds. The big benefit of the Levoit Vital 100S that is this the smallest device that still provides access to the VSync app, which means you can schedule and control the device from your smartphone. The VSync app is the same app as what we see with the higher end devices like the Levoit Everest Air and Core 600S. Now here are 4 things I really like about the Levoit Vital 100S. First, it uses pelleted carbon instead of impregnated fabric that we see in the A230. It also has a pre-filter, which is something you don't find in many small air purifiers. And because it's a very popular unit, you can find generic filters that go as low as $14 per filter. And the Levoit Vital 100S is one of the quietest HEPA retail devices, hitting only 53.8 decibels. And it has an auto mode that will change the fan speed when it detects pollutants in the air. There are some downsides to be aware of with the Vital 100S. It will be underpowered in bigger rooms with its KDAR of 146 CFM. Running costs are also similar to the bigger Vital 200S, as you need to replace them more often. The filters are also bonded, so the carbon needs replacing. You'll need to replace the whole filter. Now, when we put this video together, the Levoit Vital 100S was $115, but does sell at $139 normally, so do keep an eye on sales, as it regularly does sell for a lower price according to the price tracking tools that we use. But for those wanting a small air purifier and app support, the Levoit Vital 100S is our top pick. Next, we have a device that is a little pricier, but it is our top choice for those who don't just care about performance, but also want a device that looks good in the home, that isn't too big. For the most stylish small air purifier, we have chosen the Smart Air Square, previously known as the Smart Air S Health. We reviewed this device back in 2022, and whilst it performed really well at removing PM1 from our test room, it cleaned it in 31 minutes at full speed. The big benefit was how good looking it was. With its wooden legs, it looks more like a piece of furniture than an air purifier. It weighs 11 pounds or 4.6 kilos and can be used on the floor or on countertops thanks to its height of 14.3 inches. Now, other than its stylish looks and good air cleaning performance, here are the things I really like about the Smart Air Square. Firstly, it has no smart features of any kind, so you can use this device with smart plugs and it will switch back on automatically if there is a power cut. You get the choice of HEPA E12 or H13 filters. Whilst the H13 will have better first pass filtration, we would recommend going with the E12 as it will give you a higher KDAR and will mean that it will clean your room quicker. You can use this device with or without carbon as its non-bonded filter and is designed for both options. OEM filters are fair at $36.99, but there are some downsides to be aware of. There is only one generic filter available on Amazon, which has the carbon and HEPA for $25. Also, noise at higher speed was a little higher than the other devices we have benchmarked. For those wanting a device that is partner approved, the Smart Air Square is a well-designed device with enough air cleaner performance to match and is our top pick for the most stylish air purifier. Before we finish, I wanted to share a few small air purifiers that we wouldn't recommend based on our test data. The first one is this, the Levoit Core Mini. Whilst it has a great size, weighing just 2.3 pounds or just over a kilo, and is a major bestseller on Amazon thanks to its low price, the performance is just too low for most use cases. We can compare this performance with the other devices on our list. You will also end up spending a similar amount in running costs with this device, as the filters will need replacing more often. And this will quickly add up. The second one I don't want to recommend is this Molecular Air Mini Plus. Yes, it's a good looking device, but its performance was subpar for the price and it was just way too loud on its highest fan speed. It hit 67.4 decibels. In comparison, the loudest device on our list is 57.9 decibels. We can see this in the table above. Third, we have the Puro Air 240. Now, when we reviewed this device earlier in the year, it was called the Puro Air HEPA 14 240, but the name has changed and all references to HEPA 14 have been removed. But the main reason we don't recommend this device is it's just not good value when compared to the Winx A230 or the Vital 100S. It was slower at removing PM1, and unlike the Vital 100S, it doesn't have app support. If you can, do try and go for the biggest air purifier you can live with. but I do hope that I've provided you with some options if you need a smaller unit. Be sure to let me know if you have any questions about any of the purifiers featured in today's video, and let me know if you've discovered any great small air purifiers that I should test in future. I will see you all in the next video.